but like just looking at them, it's like, how does that even work? Like when it's straight on, is it still like darker than normal?
No,
Like,
nope.
It's so weird.
Sorry, Kaden. I am playing solitaire. I just wanted to get it set up, so just have to wait a second. Class starts in 1 minute. Yes, Maddie's not gonna be here either, so I can send this to her. You too, Maddie? Oh, never mind. Maddie is here. Just kidding. We thought you weren't. Oh, I thought you weren't gonna be here, so I literally was just talking to the video, saying that I would send this to you too.
Oh, sweet. No, you're good. I got caught talking like
Oh.
I got a call back from an internship.
Oh, the
job
one?
offer,
Oh.
and they upped my salary offer, and then they also gave me a more preferred location,
Ooh.
Where's it at?
Madison, Wisconsin.
Ooh.
Are you gonna take it?
I don't know because it's not meant to buy sales.
What is it?
What is
It's insurance brokerage with cutting and bumping.
Well, you gotta start somewhere, you
The
know.
pay
it?
is 70.
Oh my god.
Did you gonna take that or I'm gonna
I'd take it.
Yeah, and the commission once you get validated is 40% on your business.
Oh, wow.
I would do that.
So
I'd take it.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, guys. Today's discussion class, we're
No,
going to be
I just
doing
need your computer.
the second part of multivariate analysis exercises. As we did last week, I will walk you guys through an Excel file for different questions. If you follow along with me, try to copy whatever I do on the screen, but on your computers. You can find the Excel file and then and the PDF with the questions on icon. So I will give you a couple of minutes to go ahead and start downloading the Excel file and opening the PDF file.
Well, whether you take it or not, congratulations.
thank you. I wasn't as conflicted before, and then they called me back, and this is the third time they called me.
Well, they really want you.
Yeah.
They see potential in you, and sometimes that can be hard to come by with companies. They don't see potential in especially entry-level people. Or not necessarily.
Right.
That came out wrong.
Well, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
For them to recognize it.
Yeah, like this early.
No, it was. And everyone there is super nice too.
What company is it?
Cottingham and Butler,
Oh, okay.
they really like recruiting Iowa grads. So.
Okay, maybe I'll have to look into it because
Well, I was I had my the financial accounting. We did a budgeting assignment. So I emailed my TA and was like, hey, can you send me the link? Because he gave us a website to go to where it takes your salary, where you're living, and then shows you what you take home after taxes.
That's super nice.
So then we were using that to budget what he filled out.
yeah, I told her I was setting it up. I have it pulled up. I'm just trying to finish this game.
Okay, so if you guys are ready, PDF file has 4 different questions. We're going to be running an independent sample test, very sample perspective test, ANOVA test, and then finally we're going to do a regression analysis. If you guys open the Excel file, you're going to see that the data set is basically really close to the one that we were using last week, with the response ID and then different questions about restaurants in Iowa City. So if you are ready, I will start with the first question. First question says, 19 out of 61 respondents indicated that Mickey's was their favorite restaurant in Iowa City. The Mickey's super fans, so favorite restaurant category equals Mickey's. They spend more on restaurants. Run an independent sample t-test with unequal variance or means to compare the average weekly spend on restaurants by favorite restaurant. Is there a significant difference between the two groups? So the category that we're going to compare is favorite restaurant category. There is 2 different groups, that is either Mickey's or others. And then the numeric value that we're going to use is weekly spend. So first question, we're going to start by going under insert. We're going to do a pivot table, make sure to select the whole data.
I tried and it didn't let me. It said it was invalid.
It should be Control A, right? Select the whole thing. I think if you hit Control A.
Okay, I'll try that next time. I get it.
So we're going to select response ID, and then we said that we're going to be working with favorite restaurant category and weekly spend. So weekly spend recorded in this case. So three different variables: response ID, favorite restaurant category, and weekly spend recorded. Do you want to move favorite restaurant under columns, response ID under rows, and then for values is going to be the weekly spend. So we can actually see how much each person spend is
Oh, wait, no, it's supposed to
recorded, yes, weekly spend recorded.
It's a simulation.
So actually, we can now see how much each user spend weekly, either in Mickey's if they are there, if it is their favorite restaurant, or in another restaurant. The question is asking us to do an independent t-test. So for doing and using these tools, data analysis, we need to convert everything into values. So we're going to be doing the same as we did last week. We're going to copy and paste everything as values. So in this case, you're going to select these three first columns. So the user ID, Mickey's, and other. And you're going to select every single row except the last one. We don't need the grand total. And you're going to do right click, copy, and next to it, you're going to do right click, paste a special, paste as values.
Maybe don't need grand total.
So right click, paste a special. And paste as values. So the question is asking us to run an independent sample t-test with unequal variance. So if we go back to the Excel file, we're going to go under data, data analysis, and we're going to look for t-test to sample assuming unequal variances.
How do you do that? I am the data tab.
You said unable here.
Yep.
I don't have that. There's no data analysis on mine.
How does she download that?
Yeah, you need to download.
Wasn't it
I
last
think
time?
John covered that during class. He didn't cover that. He did. I don't know exactly how to download. I think it should be posted on Icon though.
Oh. Okay, we're gonna keep.
Okay, so once you select the t-test to sample assuming unequal variance, just click OK. And we need to select two different variables. First one is going to be Mickey's. So go ahead and select the whole first column for Mickey's.
Analysis toolbag.
All the values inside the Mickey's column. then for variable 2, you're going to select all the values that are inside of the column.
I figured it out how to get it. You don't have to like download anything.
And then when it gives the first one, and then keep the
Okay, make sure to check this box so we print the titles of the columns. Let's say that we want to print this test here in this worksheet and not in everyone, so you can just do that by selecting the output range. Okay, if you click OK, you should get this table. That basically gives you the answer for the first question. So here we have the average that users spend in Mickey's, it is a favorite restaurant, or in other restaurants. However, we need to look at the p-value that we can find it over here on P to tail. And as you can see, the p-value is 0.3, so it is not significant. So the answer for the first question will be that there is no significant difference in the amount spent by users based if the favorite restaurant is Mickey's or other. Questions? Did everyone get to hear? Do I need to repeat something? Any other steps? So this will be the answer for question 1. Okay. Now we jump into question number 2. Question number 2 says, do survey respondents allocate more of their restaurant budget to takeout or delivery? Now we're going to be running a per sample test for means to compare takeout versus delivery. We're going to see if there is a significant difference between these two variables. So we're going to be comparing the variables allocation takeout recorded and allocation delivery recorded. So if we go back to the Excel file, as we did in the first question, we're going to go under insert and we're going to start by creating a new pivot table.
Did you say it was Control A? Yeah.
So for this pivot table, we need response ID and the two variables that we just mentioned. So allocation delivery takeout and allocation delivery recorded and allocation takeout recorded. Both of them. You guys want to make sure that response ID is under rows, values is under columns, and then we have both of the allocations under values. So we have 3 different columns, one with the user ID and one with the sum of allocation delivery recorded and the other one for takeout. As we did in the first question, if we want to run the per-t test, we need to convert them into values. So we're going to select the 3 columns, except the grand total, and we're going to copy and paste everything as values. So select the 3 different columns, copy, and next to it right click, paste special, paste as values. So we need to run a per sample t test to compare both of the means, takeout versus delivery. For doing that, we are going to go again under data analysis, and in this case, we are going to be looking for t-test paired to sample for means. Variable 1 range is going to be allocation of delivery. So go ahead and select all the values inside that column. And variable 2 range is going to be the takeout column. So go ahead and select all the variables, all the values inside that column. Again, make sure to check this box over here, and we want to print this in the same worksheet.
We don't need to put a hypothesized mean difference for either of these.
No. And this should be the answer for question 2. Yep.
What's the output range you had in there? You would go back to yeah.
Mine's backwards.
You have like out.
Oh, this is just if you want to print this table in the same worksheet or into a new worksheet.
Okay.
Yeah. The output range, you just need to select a cell.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so here we have both of the means. However, if we want to get if there is a significant difference, we need to look at the p-value. In this case, here is the p-value. P-value is lower than 0.05. In this case, it is significant. So there is a significant difference among the respondents, the amount that respondents spend in delivery and takeout.
This is like just asking you, how do you know when to use like t-test 2 sample for unequal variances versus the one for like 2 weeks?
So
Like, how are they different?
it basically depends on the data that you have. Honestly, I don't know the exact definition, but it should be probably as stack, Jonah stack about that, but it is the same because you're doing the t-test. It depends more about the type of data that you have.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, so this will be the answer for question 2. Okay. So question 3 says, do respondents who live near downtown tend to spend more on ordering food from restaurants? Use ANOVA single factor to compare the average weekly spend on restaurants by proximity to downtown. Is there a significant difference among the group? The category that we're going to compare is location. Inside this category, there's going to be 3 different locations, and then the numeric variable that we're going to be using is weekly spend. So as we did in the first question, we're going to create a new pivot table. So go again, insert pivot table, and let's create one into a new worksheet, and we're going to use response ID. We set location location 2, make sure that you select this one. And you want to select weekly spend record. You wanna move location to under columns, having response ID under rows, and values is going to be the weekly spend. Here are the 3 different locations: in downtown, near downtown, and not near downtown Iowa City. If we want to be running, if we want to be using the data analysis, again, we need to convert everything into values. So go ahead and select the 4 columns, user ID, and the 3 types of location, and copy and paste everything as values. So if I click paste special values. Okay, now, for running the ANOVA test, you need to go inside data analysis, and in this case, you need to look for ANOVA single factor. ANOVA single factor. The input range is going to be the 3 different types of locations, so in downtown, near downtown, and not near downtown Iowa City. And then you want to specify that you are grouping everything by columns. So the 3 different categories are being grouped by columns. Make sure to check this box. So it reads the first line over here. And again, for answering this question, we would be looking at the p-value. P-value is 0.4, higher than 0.05, therefore it's not significant. So there is no significant difference in the amount users spend based on the location. And that would be the answer for question number 2. Okay, this last question, we're going to be running a regression. We're going to be running a multiple linear regression using Excel analysis toolpack that estimates the total spend. Total spend is the dependent variable, and we're using different independent variables, which are all of these ones. And we're going to be understanding and seeing if which variables are significant and what is the meaning of that the coefficient is positive or negative. So if you guys want to go back to the Excel file, we're going to be using this worksheet that says regression data. And running a regression should be really simple. You just need to go data analysis again, and in this case you're going to be looking for regression. We say that the dependent variable was total spend. So for input while range, we're going to select total spend column.
Can you just like click on the top of it, like
The L? Does that work?
Or
I
does
think
it
it-
mess up the count?
Yeah, it's not going all the way down.
And down.
Well, yeah, I usually use Control Shift, but
Control shift.
however, well, let's do it
Control
manually.
shift down, yeah. Control shift down. Kaden, use that. Control shift down. The down button. Like your little arrow.
And then the input X range is going to be all of the rest of the variables except the response ID. We don't need the response ID, so well, customer ID. So we don't need either customer ID or total spend. Make sure to check this box over here. We want to be printing this into a new worksheet. And this will be the answer for the regression analysis. However, we want to be interpreting all the dependent variables. Also, we want to be looking at the adjusted R-squared that is over here. And we want to interpret each of the different independent variables. For doing that, we need to look first at the p-value. So in this case, for over 50K income, we start by looking at the p-value. P-value in this case is lower than 0.05. Let me convert this into a number so it is easy to see. So we said that over 50K income, p-value is lower than 0.05, therefore it is significant. Once that is significant, we need to look at the coefficient. If we look at the coefficient, coefficient is positive. Therefore, as income increases, the spend will increase too, since the coefficient is positive.
Spend increases.
Then over 50 years old, we start by looking at the p-value. P-value higher than 0.05, not significant.
Next one is not significant.
So we are not even looking at the coefficient. Children at home under 18, p-value is lower than 0.05. It is significant. Therefore, we're going to look at the coefficient. Coefficient in this case is negative. So our interpretation from this is that as number of children at home under 18 increases, the spend will decrease. So basically, if the coefficient is positive, it will have the same impact on the dependent variable. So if the independent variable has a positive coefficient and increases, then the dependent variable will increase too. However, if the independent variable has a negative coefficient, it will have the opposite effect on the dependent variable. So in this case, as number of children mobility increases, spend will decrease. Now, for the rest of the class, I will give you time to interpret the rest of the variables by yourself. Once you finish with that, if you finish with all the 4 different questions, upload the Excel file to Icon. If there is questions about any of the exercises that we just did, please raise your hand and I will try to help you. Or if there is questions about how to interpret each of the different variables, let me know. I just want to let you guys try to interpret the other.
So as number of purchases with a discount increase, spend will decrease. Or as percent. And then as
Number of purchases made on the web. Increases spend will increase.
Yes.
It should be percent, not number, right?
Yeah. As percent of purchases made through catalog increases, spend increases. Purchases.
Mine's auto-correcting for me now. As accepted, promotional offers increase, spend will increase. The next 2 are not significant, and then as master's degree or higher increases, spend will increase. Alright, we cool with that?
Yeah, mine auto-filled the bottom.
Mine did too.
So as
I had to go in and change a couple though.
That's what we're looking like. Don't have to worry about the first one. But, yep, so that's it. Okay, bye.